In this video, we'll be walking through the Customer Assets tool, how to view existing assets and their attached equipment, how to create new ones, and how to customize categories to match your workflow. Assets help track major components installed at a customer's property. Things like irrigation systems, HVAC units, control panels, or larger equipment. This is especially useful for keeping records of what's been installed, what components were used, and how long warranties or service windows last. Just as important, you can assign work orders to assets or equipment. That lets you document ongoing maintenance and repairs, and back up your recommendations with a clear service history, especially when you're trying to show that it may be time for a replacement. And to get started, open the Customer module. Choose a customer and head over to the Assets tab. Viewing an existing asset and equipment. This screen shows all assets tied to that customer and is where you can manage both the assets themselves and any equipment attached to them. You'll see a list of assets, but equipment is hidden by default. Click the small down arrow or chevron to the left of the asset name to expand and show any attached equipment. Attached equipment is where you'll track individual components like controllers, condenser units, pumps, or sprinkler heads. Anything that's part of the overall install. And clicking directly on an asset opens up a more detailed information page, including everything we'll cover in the asset creation process. This is also where service history comes into play. When your team logs work orders against an asset or piece of equipment, it helps paint a clear picture of ongoing maintenance. That record can be key when discussing repairs versus replacement, especially if the costs are starting to outweigh the value of keeping something in service. To add a new asset, simply click the Add Asset button in the top right. Each asset is organized into clear sections, starting with the basics, the name, a description, and a serial number, if applicable. These fields help your team quickly identify and reference the asset, especially on large properties or recurring service jobs. Next, you can assign a category. And by default, you'll see options like plumbing, electrical, HVAC, and others. But don't worry if those don't quite match your workflow. We'll show you how to customize this list later in the video. The depreciation section includes fields for purchase price, purchase date, and residual value. This is especially helpful for tracking the long-term value of an asset, whether you're budgeting for future replacements, preparing for audits, or estimating resale potential. The additional information section lets you capture key service details like the vendor, when the asset was placed in service, and when its warranty expires. You can also attach photos, manuals, or other relevant documents to keep everything easily accessible in one place. Click Save to create the asset. Now that the asset has been created, click the three dots to the right of it and choose Add Equipment. The equipment form is similar to the asset form, but a little simpler. At minimum, you'll need to fill out the name, model, manufacturer, and serial number. But you also see a Categories dropdown here, which we'll cover in more detail shortly. Below that, you'll find the same two sections we saw earlier, depreciation and additional information. Perfect for tracking equipment-specific details like warranty expiration dates, vendors, or replacement value. Click Save to finish adding the equipment. To customize any of the dropdowns we've used so far, head to Settings, Dropdowns. Let's start with the asset categories. This is the list we saw earlier when assigning a category during asset creation. To add a new one, just click Add Asset Category in the top right. Give it a name and click Save. The next three sections, equipment categories, manufacturer types, and model types, all work the same way. Each dropdown is tied to the fields we saw earlier when creating a piece of equipment. And customizing them here ensures your team is using consistent, relevant terms across the platform. Now that we've added our new categories, let's go back and check that everything worked. Navigating back to the customer, opening the Assets tab, and clicking Add Asset. In this category dropdown, we should now see the new option we just created. For example, irrigation. You can also expand an existing equipment using the chevron icon. Click the three dots and choose Add Equipment. From there, confirm that your new model, manufacturer, and equipment category options are now available. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, be sure to check out our other upcoming videos in the Customers module, including work orders, notes and attachments, transactions, and more. We'll see you there.